This channel is made possible by viewers like you. My viewers, subscribers, and patrons greatly help to keep this channel going. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to what I'm working on, previews of upcoming content, and even early videos, along with other tier options for those that are interested. Thank you, and now on to the video. There's a flood of indies to try out at any time, and I always find it hard to have the time to try as many of them out as I want to, along with even discovering them as well. With so many of these games, it's really easy for many of them to get lost in the shuffle, when they honestly deserve to be propped up and celebrated more. When the quality is there and it shines and you find it, you need to sing the praises of it. This is something that I try to do when I search for indies. All sort of niches are able to be filled within this space, and I think one such niche that honestly should be bigger because of the massive quality and legacy, and now a new game brings us with Heroes of Might and Magic. The second game was the one that I grew up on. I played some of 1 and 3 at a friend's house, but 2, that was the title that I really love and played as a kid. So when Songs of Conquest caught my eye from the indie side of things, I absolutely jumped at the opportunity to play this title. And no pun intended, but I will sing the praises of this game. Songs of Conquest is an absolute joy. It is something that I'm taking my time with, soaking it up and enjoying every minute of it. This is one of those rare indies where it feels in line with its legacy, what it was inspired by. This isn't something that is just a cheap knockoff or a second-rate version. This is the genuine article, and I think I love it. So I spent a lot of my time playing this in single player, and after singing the game's praises to a few friends, they both got a copy and we decided to check out the multiplayer. Right from the outset, I really love how you can choose to fight each other, or opt to team up against the AI. This right here provides endless replay value. There are also a wealth of maps to check out, all with varying size and scope, and then you have the option to play on a randomly generated map as well. The developers could have just sold the game as is, and this would have provided a lot for the asking price. Songs of Chaos has a lot going on, and I'll go over some more of it a bit later, but here I wanted to focus on the multiplayer and co-op experience. On the simple side of things, I appreciate how you can help out your allies within these fights. For one, you can trade resources with each other. Making the right choices with your upgrades and grabbing the right resources at the start can really give you a big advantage that can stay throughout the rest of the match. If you're in a position where you are more well off and upgrading all you can and still have more, you can opt to send resources to your ally to allow them to improve their chances as well, and overall help round out the team. For example, you really need wood and stone at the start so that you can upgrade your settlement, which will then allow you to build more buildings. More buildings means drafting more units or generating more resources. Plus, if your friend is in a pinch and needs more gold to buy more guys to defend their settlement, an ally can quickly do that. Something else I really like is how you can tag team enemies, or even enemy wielders to defeat them. So let's say you need to defeat a hard foe on a map because he is blocking a place of power, or even an area with plenty of items to grab, or even a useful mine. One player can choose to weaken those foes, losing that battle, and then have the second player come in right after that and clear the path. This can be incredibly useful if you're taking on the enemy team head on. Sometimes you might want to do this to kill off and destroy the most powerful wielder you have up against you. Communicating and working together with your allies is really fun, and adds on another layer to the game that already has many. Songs of Conquest is a mixture of map exploration, resource management, a building game, turn-based combat, and even a role-playing one too. You have your base, which you can upgrade and build off of at set points, along with taking over other settlements to have several bases at the same time. Then you have your hero or wielder, and they level up through your victories, and can have equipment attached to them for buffs, learn various magical spells, and can draft soldiers for combat. On the map, you are wisely trying to figure out what to grab, go to, and attack attack to make each turn to be the most efficient. As you grow, you can have more than one wielder to give you more options too. Combat is slow, a more turn-based model, but very intense. You can opt to go for the quick battle, and if the result is not satisfying, then you can try your chances with the manual battle, where you are in full control for the encounter. Victories feel earned and rewarding. Songs of Conquest is a game that I find myself always having fun with, and something that I'm always learning a lot from my failures. I might play a match with friends and we ultimately lose, but I take a lot of things away from this that I want to try for the next match. Between this growth in skill and how the game provides so many avenues for progression from level ups, base building, finding treasure, and encounter victories, this game gets really addictive, and depending on the amount of players and the size of the map, a match can last for a long time. This is where I need to sing the praise of this game again. So for online matches, you can actually opt to save the game at any time, and then pick it back up very easily with the same people. We had a few glitches while playing where one person dropped, and we were easily able to get the game back up and running without anything being lost. The game frequently auto-saves, you can save at any time as well, and if the match is ended by somebody, you can then save again to pick up the game from there. Songs of Conquest has better multiplayer and infrastructure than most big AAA games. This means that you can have faith in the game that the developers made here, and honestly just enjoy the experience that is provided. A lot of work definitely went into achieving this, and I really like what they were able to do, and they succeeded with it. There's another point to be made with this as well, is that there's a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic fans singing the praises of this game too, and many love that you can play this game online with friends without needing to go through all the hoops to play any of the older Heroes games. Songs of Conquest successfully fills that niche. Like I said at the start, I was a huge fan of Heroes of Might and Magic 2 as a kid. I was at a friend's house. I saw that they were playing this fantasy game. I was intrigued by the turn-based battles, watching two armies go at it. Where should you move your troops? What's my best move for this turn? Or should I focus on what I'm gonna do for the next set of turns? Well, in the world, I have limited movement. Should I focus on resources, battling creatures to improve my character? Or maybe I return back to base to restock. This is definitely an example of a title that I love, but I wasn't really any good at it. I found that same love with Songs of Conquest, and I felt like my skill level is still about the same. Thankfully, while this game does retain much of the challenge and difficulty, there are even more options to allow the player to really challenge themselves, or let them dip their toe into the experience and get their feet wet rather than jumping right in. The amount of content that this game provides is impressive, from its 4 story campaigns, new factions on the way, along with making your own maps and the online and offline multiplayer options. Songs of Conquest is packed with options and modes, along with offering that beautiful presentation from its music and visual style. I may continue to make more videos on this title, mainly because I'm completely engaged in it, and I can't stop talking about it. Even if you're just remotely interested in this style of game, I highly recommend checking this out. Have you played Songs of Conquest? Are there other games like it that you have enjoyed? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in being notified of new videos, please hit the subscribe button and bell. And if you would like to support the channel and get early access to content, please check out my Patreon. All of the links will be at the end of this video and within the description. And thank you very much for watching.